Good evening and welcome to Senior Racing Club Split 1 Sunday. You're joining us just at the end of free practice at the famous Spa-Francorchamps track in Belgium. For those regulars, you'll see that we have our usual suspects top in free practice with Walshliner, Rogers, Young. I think Hartman is a little bit out of place at the moment. Possibly Gerard too. It's looking like it's going to be a awesome race. We had some super close racing last night with the split 2 drivers. We were just right on board with Young, we're just right on board with Hellstrom. Massive slide there in the BMW as we head round. If you join us in the live chat, just say hello. I'm going to try and keep on top of it tonight. Speak to those of you that join us in the chat and whatnot. I'm constantly trying new things. So tonight I have a bunch of new buttons to experiment with. So we'll see how those work out for us as it goes on. Of course, let me know if there's any problems with the stream as it is. I never know sat here in the booth. Just counting down into the last minute before we head to the all-important qualifying. So quite interestingly, my stream just isn't as clear as it could be. I'm just going to check that out, so I'll Okay, so that's the end of free qualifying. Who's going to top qualify pole? Let's swap to the map. That is Walshliner out first, followed by Gerard. So let's see as they head round for their out lap. First bunch have got out pretty quickly there. There is a gentleman's agreement in place that there's to be no overtaking during qualifying unless the car in front allows you to do so. So we'll see how everybody gets on. So Wolfschleiner Honda, Gerard Honda, Rogers Honda, Young Bentley, Trapp Honda, Neutlings Bentley, Christopher Honda, Morris Honda, Trowbridge Aston Martin, Nemeth Braveman McLaren, Mark Audi, Rodriguez Audi, sorry BMW, Bywater Porsche, Yones Audi, Evans Mercedes, Baker Porsche, Holmes Bentley, Larson BMW. We got next Hartman, still in the pitch, yet to set a time. Right, let's pop up. Let's ride on board with Wolfschleiner. Wolfschleiner is probably favourite for pole, judging by his earlier form. He's been a contender at the front of the pack this year. I think Gerard is taking the opportunity to follow Wolfschleiner around, maybe have a tow, watch some of his lines, see if he can make up that half a second, 3/4 of a second that he could do with. What I will do is, as these guys all set a time, I'll try and watch those that are on to improve and try and ride with them. This first lap is looking quite tasty from Wolfschleiner. I'm expecting around the 2:18, high 2:18, early 2:19 for his banker lap. We have a large amount of drivers out there that have spoilt their lap. So what I mean by spoilt is they've exceeded track limits, so this isn't going to count for a time. So I have a couple of people on the chat. Mr. Condron even. Fantastic race last night with the split 2. Massively enjoyed watching that battle. Okay, here we go, Wolfschleiner for his first time. Heading across the line and bang, 2:17.5. Wow. Just wow. So, you'll see as they all start to pop in. I'm just trying to find my right screen. There we go. So Gerard with a fast 2:19 flat. Young with a 2:19.4. Rogers with a 2:19.4.10. Rogers is currently on to improve this lap. He will break into the 2:18s if he can make this count. I'm just looking down through the movers and shakers. We've also got Christopher out there. Currently set at 2:21.5, but he's on to improve by nearly 2 seconds. That will push him into the top 3 if we can maintain this pace. I have to say we have some fantastic liveries out there. We have the Coca-Cola liveried car on Mr. Christopher, I believe Rogers. Let's find Rogers on this tower. Sitting in 4th. He's got an amazing Ugly Kid Joe theme on that car. Check out that. Right, back to the battle. Walshliner Gerard Bourne. 8 minutes to go. Gerard is on to improve by over half a second. This won't be enough to get him pole, but might help secure the position he's in at the moment. Further down the field, Rogers is also on a lap. Rogers is set to improve. Rogers jumps into 3rd. Gerard now into the 2:18s. So we've got 2:18.6 for Gerard, 2:18.8 for Rogers. Young 2:19.1. Christopher in the top 5, 2:19.2. Bourne 2:19.3. Trap 2:19.4. Hellstrom 2:19.5. Come on, boys, we could do with somebody getting a 2:19.6 with Neutlings. So moves and shakers. We have, let's have a look. Nemeth in the McLaren, he's on to improve now. 3/10. This will be enough to move him a couple of positions if we can maintain this. Looking good through there. Brave with that McLaren riding the curbs. Big lift in the middle there. Oh, that's a nice little PWS livery on his rear quarter. Little PWS logo. Maybe we should switch to a Joe 90 livery. Yes, I don't know whether it's Ugly Kid Joe. Right, okay. Let's hop on with Brian Young for a second. We have some... oh, he's held up here with Rogers. So Young is on a spoilt lap, so the best thing Young can do now... sorry, not Rogers, from Gerard. So the best thing Young can do now is back off. Give himself a little bit of breathing space. And Gerard lets him go, okay. Gerard's aiming to give himself a bit of breathing space. So Holmes is currently on a lap. Half a second up on his previous best. This will be enough to jump him 4 or 5 positions from where he's currently sat, if he can maintain this. Baker behind him is on for half a second, and so is Morris. I'm not seeing any other big movers here. Nemeth did manage to finish 4 tenths up, moved him into 7th. We're heading into 5 minutes to go, so those of you that race this track will know that now's the time if you want to pop in for a fresh set of tyres. Get in now and get back out. You'll have time to do 1, maybe 2 laps if you're quick. So Mr. McDonald made the Joe 90 livery. We'll pop back to that. Holmes, big jump from Holmes there, 7 tenths improvement. Okay, movers and shakers. So Gerard is up. No, he was up, now he's down. Rogers is currently on a spoilt lap in the Joe 90 car. Look at that. How fantastic is that? We then have Young not on to improve at the moment. Let's have a look at the spread on the map. Spread is looking reasonable. There should be enough room for everybody. Let's bring up the full time sheet so everybody can see where we're at. So currently Gerard holds the fastest middle sector there by a 1/10 over Wolfschleiner. But look at Wolfschleiner, he is mighty in the first and last sector. Heading down, Wolfschleiner, Gerard, Rogers, Young, Christopher Bourne, Nemeth, Trapp, Hallstrom, Neutlings, Howells, Hutton, Holmes, Baker, Larson, Mark, Howard, Morris, Rodriguez, Trowbridge, Iones, Larson, Evans and Bywater yet to set a time. Well, Bywater just pops a time in. Where has he just jumped to? No, he hasn't set a time in. One of the others hadn't set a time. Okay, so back to the action. Young is now on to improve slightly, so is Hartman behind him. So Young is currently in danger. Hartman can nab this spot from him. Let's watch this as it unfolds. If Hartman continues on the lap he's on, he will unseat Young. Young is on to improve just a little bit, but not enough. No, he hasn't improved. He hasn't improved. Hartman will, if he maintains this now, Hartman will jump him. Christopher doesn't need much. He's also on for a contender for that 4th place spot. Rogers is on a ruined lap, so he can't do it. Gerard's on to improve a little bit. Riding with Hartman, the only man at the moment on to improve. If he can hold it together, he will jump Young. And he won't be far off worrying Rogers for that 3rd place spot. Hartman now 4/10 up. This will be enough if he can maintain this to jump to that 3rd place. Rogers is not on to improve. Young is not on to improve. Bourne has just jumped into 5th place with a fantastic lap from Bourne. Identical to Young Bourne lap timers. You don't see that very often. Right, here comes Hartman. Last part of the lap. He's a whopping half a second up as he crosses the line for 3rd. Displacing Rogers. Well done, Hartman. Well done. Okay, Rogers is not on to improve. Who we got? We've got Trapp down here. On to improve just slightly. Doesn't move any positions. Okay. Rogers. Let's follow Rogers. Currently on a lap. He needs just 1/10. Just 1/10 to get that 3rd place back. Can Rogers do it? A few more joiners in the chat. We've got Garland from last night. And Pi, hello. Welcome to the stream on the main channel. For those of you that have been following my personal troubles this week, you will have seen that I've been testing to try and get a good, reliable, high quality stream out. We're currently just watching Rogers. He needs a 10th, but he's currently 2/10 down. He'll need to be mighty in the break-ins now. He's just rolled into gaining. No, he's lost it, so that's Rogers unable to improve. Young is currently on a lap. Right, let's keep an eye on Young. Young needs a tenth to jump into 5th, 3 tenths to jump, 3 or 4 tenths to jump Rogers, and he's currently 2 tenths up, so this will be worth watching. Also, Christopher, let's have a look where these two are on the track. Christopher is currently 4 tenths up. Wow, Christopher here in for a shot at the top 3 if he can maintain this pace. Young is also on. I'm just trying to work out where they are on the track. Christopher is in front of. Christopher is, so he'll be the first of these to cross the line. He has lost some of his advantage. Young has gained more. Young now is currently on for a 3rd. If he can maintain this, he's up. Christopher is just losing. He must have had a bad exit down there. He lost that down that last straight, as he had a good exit here. Unfortunately, Christopher is not going to improve. Okay, just Young now. Currently 3 tenths up. Let's watch his lines through here. Can he get a good exit? He has got a good exit, but he's losing time. Oh, and he just jumps into 5th place. Okay. So we are back. You join us on the grid. You'll see how they line up. We have Wolfschleiner from Gerard, from Hartman, from Rogers, from Young, from Larson, from Bourne, from Christopher, from Nimeth, from Trapp, from Neutlings, from Hellstrom, from Howells, from Holmes, from Hutchin, Baker, Morris, Mark, Rodriguez, Howard, Trowbridge, Ionis, Larson, and Bywater. And at the back, in the AMG Evans, 40 seconds to the start. Any of you guys want to get a prediction in for
30 seconds.
the first lap? We were incredibly clean with the split 2 guys. I'll do my best to try and get all of the action in. I do have a ball of shame for track limits. So you'll need to tell me if you can hear this on the stream. That is the bell of shame. Let me know in the chat if you manage to hear the bell. Okay. So, are we going to have any foolish people? Yes, we do have an alien called Peter on our stream. Okay then, guys. We are. Go, 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 go. Wolfsline has had a good start. Hartman looks like he's now, and he backs out of it. I thought he got the better of Gerard there. A few taken to the escape road, but it's looking quite tidy as we head down. Wolfsline out front from Gerard, with Rogers having a look at Hartman as we head down into that section. 3 wide. Let's see if we can keep it clean, guys. Nice and tidy. I stand no chance of telling you how or what or where everybody is until it settles a little bit. I'll head back to the front. It's all looking nice and clean at the moment. So Wolfschleiner out front. Oh, Wolfschleiner's got a drive-through. Wolfschleiner has a drive-through. Shock horror, he must have jump-started. Okay, so let's ring the bell of shame. 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 That is the bell of shame for Wolfschleiner there, for getting himself a drive-through on the first lap. Everybody settling in nicely. A few tight battles kicking around, but nobody just in the position to make the move. We have Baker with Mark looking to the inside here in the Audi. Oh, with Morris taking a look for the outside there in the Danger Mouse car. Unable just to make it through. Okay, Wolfschleiner is serving his drive-through as we speak, so that's going to be exciting to watch. Here we go. So it is Gerard from Hart. Is Larson putting a move on Young? Young's going to make him go the long way round, and Young's managed to do it. He's then going to get mugged by Bourne if he's not careful. I have a sound effect for if somebody gets mugged. I can't wait to use it. Oh, and a small amount of contact there, but he's managed to hold it. That was Bourne on Larson there on the inside. This is where the battle is. We also have Rogers, who's made a mistake, heading backwards down through the field. What happened there to Rogers? Let's go backwards and see what Rogers did. Oh, Rogers just got it out. He's ridden the wall, headed back round, hit the wall again. That's Rogers making an unforced error in his Honda. I think he safely rejoins. It looks like he's going to see, yeah, he does safely rejoin. Okay, so back with the action. We've got Gerard from Hartman. Larson, Bourne. Christopher in the Coca-Cola car. Trap. We've got Nemeth, who's just made a move on Hallstrom. Those pair close together. A little bit further back, we have Holmes in the Bentley being put under pressure by Hutchin in the Audi. And behind that, we have the Baker on Mark. Oh, there we go. And he thinks better of it. Sensible driving there, sensible driving. Look how fantastic those guys look. So it's all go, 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 go here in the mid-pack. You're looking at a battle from 8 down. 10 minutes in, riding on board with Malcolm. Here he's making that Audi work well for him. We have Neutlings under pressure from Nemeth now as we head down the Kemmel Straight. I'll be surprised if that McLaren has got the legs on the Bentley. Yeah, he wasn't able to make that work. A couple more taking a look, but just not making it work. We have some action here with Nemeth and Hallstrom in the BMW. So Nemeth must have made a small mistake because he was all over the back of Neutlings, but he has lost a second to him and he's now under a lot of pressure from Hallstrom in that BMW, who's in turn got a little bit of a train behind him there with Howells, Holmes, Hutchin and Baker all along for the ride. We should have a Shane livery. I like that. Yes, possibly. Okay, out front, top 3. We now have Bourne on the back door of Hartman. Aston Martin Bentley versus Bentley. I don't know where to look. There's action everywhere tonight. Wolfschleiner is currently the fastest man on the track, down in 24th place. He's just 5 seconds off the back of Evans. We have a bit of movement here. This is Rogers, Rodriguez and Howard. Nobody needing a slipstream here. Something's just happened to Nemeth. Let's watch that back. So Nemeth got a bad exit down the Kemmel. So down from Eau Rouge. He slipstreamed heavily here. Side by side. Oh, runs deep. Oh, okay. He ran a little bit too deep on his braking there. That is fair. That is a racing incident, unfortunately for him. So, back to the action. Young, Bourne, Larson, Christopher just tagging on the back. Wolfschleiner has dispatched Larson. He now has 31 seconds before he catches the back of the pack. Bywater, so we'll keep an eye on that. Right, let's head back to the action. So Nemeth is now under pressure from Morris. Back with Bourne, Larson and Christopher. Christopher is definitely closed up on the back of that pack. Super tight to the wall there. Christopher looks like he's lining Larson up for a move now. Can that Honda out-drag the BMW? Goes for the slipstream. They're running side by side. It's always dangerous to go around the outside. Larson leaves him room. That was fair. No contact, and Christopher makes the move happen. He will be happy with that. He'll be even more happy that I caught it on stream, so I won't have to hear later about how somebody hit him. Okay, so we have some action here. Trap and Newtlings have changed position there, with Trap taking 7th. I'm just busy looking backwards down through the field. See what we've got. Bourne is there. We definitely he's keeping Young honest. Just half a second behind. Christopher has managed to pull a little bit from Larson. I don't think he's under pressure there so much. We now have Trap all over the back of Larson. Sorry, I'll get that right. We have Newtlings all over the back of Trap in the Jax Honda. In turn, as Hellstrom behind. Let's see if this is flat as he heads up to Eau Rouge. Put the inside graphics on so we can see his foot pedal actions and his inputs as he heads up. Little confidence lift there, but nearly flat. Oh, something's happened to Young. Something's happened to Young. Oh no. Let's go backwards. Let's watch the replay. So, here's Young is busy dropping down the field now. So they go up through Eau Rouge. This was Bourne. I didn't see contact there. You guys will have to tell me if you saw. I didn't see contact happen. I think that he just lost it on the inside curb. He was under a lot of pressure from Bourne. So, movers and shakers. Wolfschleiner has managed to catch a full 10 seconds since we last looked at him on Bywater. We'll keep an eye on that. We currently have this battle, which is Trap, and as we're looking at it, Trap has just made a mistake with his Honda. I think it was too much curb, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, and it just lost it in the middle of the corner. Okay, that'll be a painful spell to swallow. So this is where the action is. Hellstrom in his BMW all over the back of Newtlings. Does anybody in the chat have any predictions for where Wolfschleiner will come? He is currently 56 seconds off the leader, but he is lapping 2 seconds a lap faster than the leader. So we have some excitement here. This is Mark looking at making a move on Morris. He's within striking distance at 0.3, 0.2. Just can't make it count. We have Rogers just making a move on Baker after his early misdemeanor. Mark is still all over the back of Morris. Honda versus Audi. I'm just watching the gap up front. Gerard currently has the legs on Hartmann. He is extending that lead. Let's add the times to the tree so you guys on the feed can follow. I've missed something here. Okay. I don't really know what happened, but Mark was off the track. Sorry, Nimeth went off the track. Mark went round the inside. Okay, I see what happened there. Nimeth made a mistake. Okay, Christopher, under pressure from Larson. Larson might be returning that favour. Oh, Larson's gone really deep on the brakes. Really deep. Christopher chops him off. It was fair. You might argue would have liked some racing room. But great racing all round. Keep an eye on that battle. Oh no, Larson's gone deep. Let's watch that back on the replay. Larson got a little bit too excited, trying to make up some time on Christopher there. Completely overshot it. He's now lost well over a second because of that incident. So 7, 8, 9 and 10. Or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hallstrom, Howells, Holmes, Hutchin. All sitting. Let's have a look. The split time has gone up. Mid-pack, his tyres are going to be utter cheese, catching up. Possibly. You're right, Mr. Young suffered under the pressure. I don't have a cracking like a cream egg sound. It's hard enough keeping them good in open, ready, clean air. Yes. Okay. So we have Mark on track. This seems to be a popular theme of the night. Mark has got such good drive out of there. Such good drive. It is a bit of a trap train now. Unfortunately, I don't have any choo-choo sounds yet. I will get some now. This is Hallstrom on Neutlings. Those guys have been battling for a while now. Howells is keeping him in check. Oh, Mark has managed to make the move on trap. Oh, small contact as Mark rides the curb there. These guys are 4 wide. Let's just watch that back. So we have Mark in the Audi. Oh, we have a mistake by Hartmann as well. Okay, from Second, so goes for the outside, gets it done, but goes deep. That's Nemeth around the outside also looking. Little love tap in the middle. And it looks like Nemeth got mugged. Let's call the police. Okay, so let's find out what happened to Hartman. See if we can find him. That must have been at the end. Unfortunately, I don't know how to replay it, so we'll replay this bit while waiting. Unfortunately, I pressed too long on the replay. That is Nemeth getting mugged there by Morris, who then immediately goes on the attack. That's Rogers behind. So Morris does make that stick. I think Trap is a sitting duck as they head up. In a second it's going to switch to it live. So unfortunately I pressed backwards too long. Oh, touchy. Okay, back to the live action. So this is where we are at. Trap and Morris and Nemeth, with Rogers all over the back of that McLaren. Where is Rogers going to make his move? Oh, down the inside. Nicely done there by Rogers. Neutling has just been involved in some kind of incident, but I can't leave this action now. As it stands, Rogers is the man on the move here. We have Rodriguez just made his way past Nemeth as well. These guys must be out of position. So, ready for a run up Eau Rouge. Morris on Trap, Honda on Honda. Lots of curb on the way, and Morris much tidy. Oh, Morris loses it! Morris loses it straight into the wall. Live on cam, cracking like a cream egg. Oh, it's all action here. He's going to be kicking himself at that. He's having a fantastic race. This is Nemeth on Rodriguez, not being able to make it stick. So, back to Rogers. Rogers on Trap. Rogers has really come through the Trap train with Trap using all of the track there. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Trap and track. So we have Hartman working his way back through. Let's go back here. Hartman in the Mercedes, out of position. Come back at Nemeth. Here comes Rogers. Honda on Honda, making his intentions known. Rogers is like, cooey, I'm here. Yeah, I also think there's going to be some track penalties too. I have the bell ready. I have the bell of shame ready. So, 21 minutes to go. We have Gerard out front from Bourne, 11 seconds behind. And Christopher 2.9 behind from Larson, 1.5 behind him. Hallstrom 1.9. We're currently watching the action with Rogers on Trap. Rogers is by far the faster car here, out of position from an unforced error earlier on in the race. I think Rogers needs to bide his time. No, he isn't waiting. He's like, I am having the outside here. Is he going to be able to get enough drive to out drag him before Eau Rouge? They're going to need to be brave. Who is going to lift? Trap falls in behind. Behind we have Hartman on Nemeth. That was a massive cut by Trap there at the top of Eau Rouge to try and get the advantage back on Rogers. One of the mistakes of this game is that you can cut for your advantage. Further back we have Nemeth making a move on Rodriguez, with Hartmann who's also caught the back of this pack. This battle's been going on all race. I should say Nemeth has been involved in battles all the way through this race. This is exciting stuff. Hartmann there in the Mercedes, having a look at out-dragging the BMW. That's not a usual place to overtake, but he made it work. I am loving the look of that Mercedes as they're heading around. So Hartmann has made up the position from Rodriguez and Trowbridge. He's now the next to catch Nemeth, who's been battling with Trap for most of this race. Trowbridge is having a look here at Rodriguez. I'm guessing his tyres are just starting to go off on that BMW Rodriguez. Okay, here comes Hartmann. He is looking tasty for the move on Nemeth here. Will he be able to break past the Trap train after Nemeth? We'll find out soon. So, here goes Hartmann. Massive run through Eau Rouge, kept it tidy. Small mistake there by Nemeth. Give Hartmann the inside. Tidy work, boys, tidy work. So, next on Hartmann's drive through, Trap. Trap is well known for his defending. So what we can do in a second, I'm going to have to switch to the battle for 5th and 6th. Let's have a look, see what's happening. Okay, we have Holmes under pressure from Hutchin in the Audi. All over the back, and this has been developing for a few laps now. Hartmann has just managed to get past Trap. Unfortunately, we missed it. We also have Bywater putting a move on Howells. He's just made that work. But I'm sticking here with the battle for 5th and 6th. These guys are coming up to, or the back markers are in the pits. So we'll let them go side by side into Eau Rouge. Oh! Somebody has to lift, guys. You have ruined both of your races there. I'm going to ring the bell of shame. Okay, so with those two ruining their own races, we will head back to a little bit more sensible action. Okay, Nemeth has managed to get past Trap, so that's going to be worth having a watch of. Let's watch this on the helicam as they go side by side down the Camel Straits. That was quite a simple one in the end. We have Trowbridge all over the back of Rodriguez with Baker here. Wolfschleiner is now starting to make his way through his field. Past the damaged Hutchin there, whose car looks ruined as he's back off the track again. So, let's do a little bit of a rundown at 15 minutes to go. We have Gerard in the PWS liveried Honda. Gerard is one of the Team PWS drivers. Bourne 11 seconds behind. CB Cleaning Services. Oh, that's interesting. Wonder if Mr. Bourne wants to buy some stuff. I happen to know a nice company called PWS that sells cleaning equipment. www.pwsce.co.uk. A quick word from our sponsors. Okay, we have Christopher, another Team PWS driver, 3.5 seconds behind Larson. Rogers has just made a mistake. Mistake by Rogers. What's just happened here? Let's watch this on the helicam. We just swapped to a replay to find out what has happened to Rogers. No, it wasn't a mistake. Rogers has just decided to go into the pits. What is that all about? No drive-through showing on the tree. He just decided to go into the pits. Maybe he needed tyres. Maybe he needed fuel. We'll find out later. This is Baker on Trowbridge now. Porsche versus Aston Martin. Behind them, we've got Howells on, Baker on Bywater behind them. Little mistake in the background. Sorry, that wasn't Baker, that was Bywater overtaking a back marker there. Had the wrong display on. So for those of you on the stream wondering why I'm distracted, I'm currently on my Y, messing around with me, looking for Christmas stuff in the streaming booth. Be gone, woman, and shut the door. Just can't get me any peace. Okay, so where was I? We've done Christopher, right, Larson there in the BMW in 4th. Solid drive so far. Hallstrom in 5th. Neutling's no longer under any pressure now in 6th. We have Armark in 7th. Hartman making his way back through the field in 8th. Nemeth in 9th. Trapp in 10th. Rodriguez in 11th. Baker in 12th. Trowbridge in 13th. Bywater in 14th. Under pressure by Wolfschleiner here on a drive on the first lap. He's been making his way through. I think there's a bit of track limits there, Mr. Wolfschleiner. And that will be the end of Wolfschleiner's race. Captured alive on the stream. Let's watch that on the helicam. He goes to the outside. You want to be on the inside there, Peter. You're going to be kicking yourself with that one. And gets hoofed out the way by, I think it was, one of the other drivers. Right. I was working my way down through the field, wasn't I? So, that was as far as Baker. Then we've got Trowbridge in 13th. Bywater giving him a little bit of pressure there. We've got Howells in the Honda. Out on his own. Younes out on his own. Rogers is now back out of the pits in 17th. Who knows? And then Evans. So that rounds it out. Out of the movers and shakers and battles on the track, We currently have this battle here with Trapp and Rodriguez. Rodriguez is like, thank you very much. I'll have a look on the outside, see if we can do a bit of switcheroonie here. You want to be where that Honda isn't. That Honda does have epic top speed. And Trapp runs a little bit wide there, just leaving the door wide open for Rodriguez then, as Rodriguez works his way through. That BMW looking fantastic. Trapp is now falling slowly backwards down the field. I wonder if his tyres are starting to go off. We've got Trowbridge here under pressure from Bywater. Ooh. That Bywater car's got some lovely round stickers on the back of it. PWS. Oh, we have a bit of side by side. Let's take a look at this. Porsche on Aston Martin. Bit of a switcheroonie. Oh, look at the drive. Look at the drive that Porsche's got. Now these guys are not going to be foolish and try and go side by side through Eau Rouge. No, Trowbridge falls in behind. Bywater looking really tasty in that Porsche, but is he going to be able to maintain it? The Porsche is notoriously slow down the Camel Straight. So Trowbridge is there. 0.1 of a second, slipstream, right. Pulls out and has a look, but it's not to be. Oh, we have a battle up here between Rodriguez, Trapp and Baker. Trapp seems to have been in all of the action. Right, 8 minutes to go. It has been carnage, hasn't it? 8 minutes to go. Have we got any suggestions for driver of the day here? I'm considering Gerard for a faultless, error-free drive. He's not cracked under any pressure from anybody. You let me know in the chat you think. While we watch Rodriguez, Trapp and Baker. Rodriguez in the BMW, Rooney coloured car at the front. Trapp in the Jayco car and Baker in the Porsche behind. This is where the action is right now. Can Trapp get himself back into the top 10? Careful on the track limits there, going through the top of Eau Rouge as we head down the Camel. It's all looking fairly calm. Grabbing a lot of gears then in that Honda with a flappy bonnet. This is why he won't have the top speed to challenge that BMW. What a flap. Sega liveried Porsche. Looking quite tasty. Okay, so we have 2 votes for Gerard for driver of the day. It has been a good drive from Bourne as well. We'll go back and take a look at them. We do have Hellstrom just catching Larson up. I'm not sure if he can make it work. Christopher is also having a solid drive. It's all quite lonely out here. Right on board with Mr. Bourne. Mr. Christopher in his Honda. Mr. Larson, Mr. Hellstrom, and Mr. Newtlings and Neutlings. A bit further behind. Baker looks like he's made the move on Trap. We missed that, so let's head backwards. That will be the damage on Trap's car, leaving him open for a mugging. Someone call the police. He's been mugged. Hey, I like that. Check me out with me sound effects. Thinking Christopher, well, where did he qualify? Somebody remind me. Where did Christopher qualify? Because he is having a solid race. Although in the last 3 minutes, Larson is catching him. He may well crack under the pressure. We will see. His Coca-Cola liveried car. Using all of the track there. Nice little PWS stickers there in the back. Gerard's drive has been faultless and he's managed to pull a full 12 seconds out. Bourne. Christopher is doing enough here to keep Larson at bay going into the last 3 minutes. We'll have a look and see if he looks cool, calm and collected on the inside. Let's see if he's flat through a rouge at this time of the day. Tyres are going to be worn. Let's take a look. No, big lift. Big lift. This might leave him open to pressure from behind. Larson is catching him. Little bit at a time, little bit at a time. But not enough to make it count. Right on board with Larson. Oh, big slide. Massive slide around there. I think we'll watch that back. Check this out for a slide. Nicely held. He goes all the way in with the understeer. And then it should have been oversteer all the way around it. Oh no.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
Okay, so back to Gerard on his final lap. Followed by Bourne. Christopher, who's doing enough to keep Larson at bay. Further down the field of Hellstrom, Neutlings, Mark, Hartman, Nemeth and Rodriguez locking out the top 10. Wolfschleiner with 2 pit stops is down in a lowly 21st. We are going to sit on board with Christopher. This is Larson does keep dipping down. I'm just reading. Unfortunately, I cannot talk and read at the same time. I am man. I'm just trying to catch up on the comments in the live chat. Do we have a definitive answer in the live chat, guys? Let's follow Gerard round for his last lap. This man has had a completely faultless drive. I mean, he's not put a foot wrong. He's pulled out a solid lead on the rest of the field. 13.3 seconds up the road from Bourne. And has immaculately turned out PWS liveried Honda. Looking the part as he enters the last part of the track. Flashing 01 on the front. First position. Gerard will be stoked with this. I think it's his first race back after recovering from a bad bout of the Rona. I'm sure we will see it live on his stream later. Pit Bits here. And here we go. For the line. For the win. Gerard for Team PWS. Wins the Split 1 Sunday at Spa. Bourne follows him across the line. Some 13.5 seconds behind. Then we have the battle with Christopher and Larson. Third and fourth. Not able to do it. Hallstrom in fifth. We have Neutlings, sixth. Mark and Hartman battling it to the line. With Mark taking it from Hartman. Nemeth, eventful race. Been very busy defending and attacking. Rodriguez, part of those earlier battles, rounding out the top 10. Closely followed by Baker. Trapp and Bywater going for it to the line. This is going to be a race to the line. Bywater just not being able to do it, finishing 0.1 behind. We have Trowbridge crossing the line. We now have Rogers. Some 25 seconds back. Still to finish. And then Howells. This will be your finishing positions now. Please don't speak on the stream because I'm still live. People are still racing. Okay, so that's Rogers across the line. We're just Howells left to finish now. And Walschleiner finishing a lap down. Okay. Let's just roll to VT.
We've got David Gerard in here.
Shush.
And Mark Rogers.
Shush.
Hello.
Shush. I needed to turn you off because I'm just not going to run the screen in the background. You can talk now because I've muted the audio. Okay,
You're
so
going to welcome the winner.
I'm going to welcome the winner into our streaming booth, Mr. Gerard for Team PWS.
Thank you very much. My first time here.
First time in the winner's booth.
Yeah, I was expecting, to be fair, I was hoping for second, but Mr. Wolfsliner jumped the start.
Yeah.
So that was it.
He did jump the start, and he was penalised accordingly for it. He wasn't able to make it back, and then he had you'll see back on the stream when you go backwards, he made a schoolboy error, go around the outside, and where he got ran completely. It was one of the fast left-handers. He went to the outside, and the car he was overtaking also ran wide, and it was so wide it was on the grass. So he ended up costing himself for that. We also have, was you third place, Mark or Chris?
Yes, I was.
We also have Mark Christopher in the
That
booth.
was definitely a first for me.
A very, very solid third place. Good race. Was watching on the stream. He was under pressure for that last probably 10 minutes with Larson.
Yeah, he was close on me all the time.
Just under a second from behind you. You did have to go defensive a couple of times, but it looked like you got the measure of him.
Yeah, I got a good pass on him. Did you see that?
Oh, we've got it on the stream. Don't worry.
Did you?
Don't worry.
That was the make or break move for me that night.
I'm looking backwards here. So, Mr. Gerard has also got drivers of the day.
Oh, thank you very much.
For a nice, clean, commanding drive.
How many track cuts were you on, David?
I was on 2 track cuts, but right early on, I think I started thinking I was going to run out of fuel, so I had to stop doing my hold it in 5th on all the straights and went to 6th.
Right.
Okay.
And that saves about 0.2 of a litre a lap.
Well, you're giving that all away live on the the Senior Racing Club stream. So, Mr. Rogers,
just through it.
Hold on, let me get there. You were live on stream when
I crashed.
just give it up and fell off.
I did. Yeah.
Would you like us to relive that moment with us?
No, it's fine. I'm very aware of what I did.
We did just see that you had to wait a long time off the track before you could get a safe rejoin as well. What was the pit stop for?
It was I had to abort twice at the top of Eau Rouge for crashing cars and got track cuts.
Oh, it was a shameful. It was a shameful drive-through.
It was. Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah,
it didn't show.
I got shamed. Yeah.
No, it didn't show. Hold on. I'm ringing the bell now. Shame you can't hear it.
And I dirtied the front of Joe 90 as well.
So I did ring the bell of shame. But anyway, thank you very much, guys.
Yeah. Well done, David, again. Good race.
Joining us. I'll let you leave the booth.
Can I have my £10 back, please, for driver of the day that I posted you?
If you guys want to leave the booth, I can leave everybody with a nice little exit clip of the in-game footage from Assetto Corsa Competizione, the game that we play. Thank you very much, guys.
See you then.
Everyone.
Thank you, Darren, for streaming.